Makan di sini ada respon dalamnya anjing. Oh, WOB dah dapat drop dah. Akun flyering tuh. Pasti tak drop kita nih. Tempat aku dia respon di sini ah.
Dia upu dia. Anjay, macam mana cara tu?
Mau kau ke bawahmu, kita bagi ini mau.
Koisuke. Bale dapat shot baru rupanya. Very dapat Black Dragon Fly Pearl tak apalah. Topi tak apa.
Tak apalah. Tak apalah.
Ampun, nengok orang dapat drop terus.
Sini ah bola nah.
Apakah teman-teman setuju?
Sabar ya teman-teman.
Pakai apa nih boy? Api ya?
Tanah. Bising ada aku kakak jalan MVP ya.
Aku bilang kok lagi full aku.
Sorean ya.
Desi ya?
Oh DC.
Di Ratnasari.
Oh. Isyana nanti masuk lagi leveling gak nih?
Isyana Sarasvanto.
Isyana bentar aku. Gara-gara dia semalam lah tuh anjing.
Asli antri 1000 babi bang. Isyana main.
Kau lihat di server kita dia.
Kau lihat di IG dia ngepost.
Main di server itu langsung nge-lag server anjing. Malam.
Macam anjing.
Semua di chat what Isana bapak tahu.
Open guild cowok ada gak?
Cowok ada gak anjay?
Kau lihat bot lah, udah menang dah.
Open guild apa? Cowok ada gak tuh deh?
Open guild cowok ada gak?
Anjay.
5 seconds
remaining. Ada chat orang sial.
Kayak bukan orang gitu ngechat itu. Anjay.
Ada semalam kemarin nih orang lihat Jawa Jet anjing.
Jawa Jet. Anjay.
Orang kan
10 seconds
Korea Jet.
remaining.
Korean Jet, Jawa Jet.
Bawa ngaku.
Sial.
Tahu ba aku. Jawa Jet.
Jawa Jet.
Wah,
Ampun.
Firboy. Dekat aku. Dekat saya. Anjing,
Jauh,
sudah di-hit. Anjing, maksain ini nge-blind. Stun lagi.
Tidak ada nama malah. Kasih ke itu ya. Si Ade ya.
Anjing tertidur.
Hah?
Nah.
Sleep.
Oh. Banyak disable lah dia. Ah, tu lebah jangan dekat kamu.
Anjing. Yang ini open guild Jowo ada enggak tu mo? Itu no.
Anjay.
Equip senjata tak? Baju pun tak ada anjing. Senjata sama tameng.
Wah, anjing mati aku. Ampun. Ya, Oracle pun mati anjing.
Tak pakai baju dia main tak.
Bo, kau isi mana mo?
Hidup kan Oracle
Oh,
weh.
Hah?
Oracle. Di belakang aku.
Aku. Mana dia? Oh ni.
Tuh.
Anjing makin sakit kau. Dragonfly.
Level tinggi dah.
Adrift.
Cabut nyawaku. Ada lambang itu.
Prepare for battle.
Dead man drifting.
Ya Allah.
Oh, kira. Biasa.
A chill wind.
Mini coin. Alah, tak ada drop boy. Ada dah Tom tapi. Apa ya? Atalia.
Habis.
Yes.
Guys. Enggak usah ke?
Oh, serius boy.
Ayo.
Agreed.
Ya.
Gaspol.
Banyak oracle lah. Mau dah.
Going.
Guil cowok ada gak?
30
Jawa ada
seconds to
enggak?
battle.
Kakak Isyana ngapain cari jamur? Apa dia orang sampai dicari?
Anjay sampai cari di sana.
Ya.
The fuck?
Ya. Orang nak main game
Orang
banget.
nak main game jadi nak.
Truly.
Pisau.
Ih, males bedah.
Nanti disuruh ini tuh nyanyi di water bisa tahu. Anjing. Duetnya sama itu Miharu siapa?
Ni Haruli.
The bed
Miharu
of the
Lee.
dead.
Bangsat.
Yes.
Si Paran tuh kantornya tuh jadilah jam 3.
Yang anjing tu kemarin lah tu yang ada
Cold
cewek
front
nyanyi.
coming.
Ada.
Ada yang desah.
Yang kau voice. Dasar mengelucuk anjing. Apa dia?
Siapa nam?
Orang-orang suka aneh.
Orang.
Bapak dia tu buat
Quickly.
lembak. Gak ada otak.
Gila doh. Cek mana?
Ini kan game.
Forward.
Nice monster. Anjay.
Frostbite.
Oh gitu. Dengar orang ni. Anyway, anjing ngomong main PC. Dah, ulang.
Cold front coming.
Denied.
Adrift. Agreed. Fight.
Jatuh dapat 40 mau.
Enggak semua dah 40.
Oh, mantap ya.
Upgrade
Udah
ya.
upgrade.
Odin gue simpan emang.
Mantap.
Careful.
Kamu.
Besok ah.
Super ngebut kamu.
Thank you.
Kalau warna merah ada ayam itu.
Truly.
Asli
Tiba-tiba
udah itu.
Oke boy, dapat kartu.
5-1. Tapi aku habiskan Odin.
Going.
attack tuh tak mampu tuh anjing. Udah mau 8k. Iba.
Ini monaku nih skillnya dapat berapa? Lu apa kamu?
A chill
Apa tuh?
wind.
Skill monnya nambah attack nih, kau ambil tak?
Udah full lah.
Quickly.
Kau plus berapa senjata lu?
Plus 4.
Nah. GG.
Dead man drifting.
Enchant.
Dan
Yes.
level 3. Saboy.
Your middle tower is under
Hari
attack.
Forward.
Refine kali 3.
With gratitude.
Defense-nya 4 dia.
Quickly.
Defense 4 dia. Upgrade dia 100.
Oh,
Upgrade dia 100 kan?
Cold
upgrade,
front
upgrade
coming.
100.
Soalnya itu udah buka tier 3 dah.
Agreed.
Terus manjat aku nih.
Ma,
Going.
Itu rojo
Radiant's
lele.
turret has been killed.
A chill wind.
Pakai kartu sini.
Rojo lele.
What's a little frost among friends? Quas exor.
It is an honor to be
Buat
chosen.
Valkyrie.
Yes. Truly. Yes. Adrift.
Tell me why.
Slayer.
Dead man drifting.
the fuck?
Anjay laju.
Truly. A chill wind.
Equip
Yes.
dapat equip.
Cold
Tapi tak ada
comfort.
dapat bahan nih. Shit.
Ya, tadi
Dead
gitu.
man
Balon
drifting.
Rainbow lengkap sekali dah lah.
Memang gitu.
Koin enggak? Osiris enggak?
Quickly.
Dia dapat koin. Jadi
Going.
ini deh MVP koin aku. 2.400.
Adrift.
Orang gila beli.
Agreed.
You're blocking nih.
Froze your assets.
Coming bottom.
Cold front coming.
Go.
Stay frosty. Yes.
Assassination at its finest.
A chill wind. Configuration. Forward. Yes.
Yo.
Yes.
Yo.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Adrift.
Kill him.
Ada lagi lah ya nak spawn dia.
Dead man
Kuat sih.
drifting.
Ini
Oh iya ya.
lama.
Hidup tu.
Agreed.
Kantuk boy. Dia dah kuat tak kantuk.
Truly.
Vaksin dia hilang boy.
Winter ends.
I don't need to gloat. They get exhausting.
Kau dah vaksin ke mas? Kau ramai tak kemarin kau mau?
Ramai. Baik
Asli.
sekali.
Kakap ada boy kalau nak vaksin. Nah, tapi ada seorang.
Going.
Jauh sih.
Frost keeper.
Perjalanan tu.
Sesuai lah.
Quickly.
Woi.
Di mananya no? Dekat kantor Ano
None
gitu.
to burn.
Nah, dekat kantor jamat tu.
Front
Dekat
coming.
kantor
Jauh
jamat.
banget tuh. Tanah kuning tu kan?
Your middle tower
Ada.
is under attack.
Pas sini simpang punggur tu boy.
Oh.
Tak jauh dari situ.
Benar tak vaksinnya tu, Nuk?
Benar lah.
Benar. Adik aku suka.
Takkan air kakap lele dimasuk ada.
Tahu.
Baik kau imunisasi tu. Imunisasi.
Imunisasi. Jadi imun dong dia. Aduh.
Going.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Kartu.
Push.
Woi,
How we can get...
Itu dia. Senjata terbaik dari
biji.
itu dia yang aku cari.
Your bottom
Think tak bisa
tower
rek
is
tak
under attack.
Bapak aku dah kuat.
Balik budak-budak dapat banyak ya.
Kau mau rampok aku kuat.
Tak isa weh, kau dah nak tak isa ngerampok.
Oh kau dah ya?
Ah, kalau udah.
Yes. Yes.
Koreka loh.
Help me, Dad.
Quickly.
One muppet, two
Frost
The phantom strikes.
mega kill. Double kill. Truly. Adrift.
Precious bounty.
Jangan.
Agreed.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Cold front coming. Truly. Frost upon us. A chill wind.
Not my fault that I'm done.
The fuck.
Oh, pas banget ah.
Phantom limb.
Yes.
Yang ketiga ya?
PP saman, bottom.
Tapi koinnya dijual tak laku dah.
Apa?
Bang sini.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen.
Yes.
Never forget the
Radiant's courier has been killed.
What's a little frost among friends? Quickly. Agreed.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Kau tinggal drag ya tuh,
Radiant
Bob.
structures are fortified.
Buh. 1% damage, Bob.
Your bottom tower is under
drag.
attack.
Lagi murah sih itu kan.
Oh,
200.000
Tosa
dah.
sekarang, Tosa sekarang.
Masuk ya,
Your
drag nanti ya.
bottom tower is under attack.
Udah dapat, weh.
Cold front coming.
Bisa sih.
Oh, udah tak perlu nyari apa.
Dan nunggu Meon satu lagi.
Dead
Yang baru
man
kan.
drifting.
Solo kan.
Bisa sih kalau drag mau berdua.
Yang mana drag tuh? Kapal
Kita
dia.
harus ada
Kapal
drag
lu.
nih.
Your
Quest.
bottom tower is under attack.
Bob bisin dah.
Dire
Kok kita mau
structures
berdua,
are
ayo
fortified.
bertiga kita nanti 9 kali.
Dapat
Dapat
lagi,
senjata
boy.
again. Oke.
Gila, tak ada sekali, tak ada.
Padawan lah.
Permafrost
What?
preserves me. Forward.
Toa.
Cold front coming. Adrift.
Stay near. Let the war end now. It matters not to me.
Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower is under attack.
Oh, ternyata ada potion yang lebih AGW warna putih.
Mana putih 50. Cuman potion ini pun udah nutup sih.
Oh, mahal gak? 900 aku.
Coming.
Oh, ya GG Drasil nih
Go.
untuk PvP ya boy.
Tapi tak bisa pakai.
Tak bisa pakai di KVM ke? Tak bisa ke?
Tak bisa.
Oh, tak bisa tuh. Harus bisa.
Quickly.
PVG
Yes.
ke Bi? Itu Bi?
Kayak
Beli tinggi lah.
atau PVP kan ada PVP gak di sini?
Tapi kurang aku punya aku.
Di sini bisa. Di field
Oh,
pakai.
Truly.
rasa.
Kau farming bisa pakai. Cuman kalau kau
Farm.
KVM gak bisa.
Farm.
Notif belum tawat.
Dead man
Udah.
drifting.
Situ dalam tadi.
Oh, hampir dah malah. Hampir boy.
A chill wind.
Go, we go. They don't have skills anymore.
Adrift.
Udah Bi.
BCH boy.
Udah diangkat.
Strange time to hibernate.
Wih, mana dia?
Nah, di atas sini ah. Nempel ya.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Wait me.
Your top tower is under attack.
Forward.
Sultan bracelet.
Your top tower is under attack.
Sultan bracelet.
Anjing.
Yes.
Your middle
Maju,
tower
maju.
is under attack.
The frost pile.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Short-lived creep. They can be before my
Aduh, dia mati
time.
boy. Ada Mr. S.
One down,
Aku aku.
4 to go.
God.
Kit na kayo.
The cold black pool rejects me. Quickly! Going.
Wah toh, tak drop nih, ada yang jual lah. Counter base
Cold front coming.
ada permana. Drop.
Agreed.
Shit mo.
Aduh, mati dong.
Aduh. Tom ya.
Money to burn.
Ada itu kan.
A chill wind.
FK dulu bos. Habis.
Quickly! Truly!
Buat dulu.
More fuel from our fire. Too many iron. Your bottom tower is under
Going.
attack.
Agreed. Forward.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Adrift.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Cold front coming. Yes.
Dang.
Forward. Cold front coming. Dead man drifting. Truly. Yes. Yes. A chill
Take it. No first skill, pop. No first skill.
frost keeper. Death maw. Going. Monster kill. Now I am frost free.
Wait, no hurry.
Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower is under attack.
Not
Your
alive,
top tower is under
but
attack.
not quite dead. Adrift. Quickly.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
Genius.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Truly.
Yuk, aku
Your
yuk.
bottom tower is under attack.
I'm coming here.
Going.
Solution.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Stay near.
Yes.
Your bottom tower has fallen.
Stay frosty. What a frozen waste. Cold front coming. Agreed. Frost upon us. Dead ahead.
Your middle tower is under
Not
attack.
likes a little frost among friends.
Your middle tower has fallen. Your middle tower is under
Mau
attack.
ke?
Quickly.
Dire structures are fortified.
Wards.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Dead man drifting.
Your middle tower has fallen.
I'll bury you.
Gather round. No more. Tiresome.
Your middle barracks are under attack.
Triple kill. From cold death.
Your middle barracks are under attack.
Rise again. Frost keeper.
Your middle barracks has fallen.
Temperature. Dropping.
See what you are up against.
Agreed. Quickly. Stay frosty. Dead man drifting. Melt.
I'm done.
Cold front coming. Killed.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower has fallen. Your bottom barracks are under attack. Your bottom barracks has fallen.
Ah,
Your middle barracks has fallen.
Oh, winter yang sering-sering diomongin Sultan BNX kan.
Your top tower is under attack.
Siapa bilang?
Rico coaching.
Sweet
Kalau dia
Your
assassin
top
paling
tower is under attack.
Si Geto
Your
suka
top
kaget
tower
gak
has
lihat
fallen.
attack lo bisa
Bukan dia. Itulah hijack tuh bi Winter bi.
Oh iya kah?
Oh. Bukan dia. Orang sih banyak yang ke dia tuh. Hijack tuh Winter tuh. Kenal. Ini lagi di mana muda. Oh. Pasti itulah tuh. Pas ngebit apa di screenshot budak. Winter kambing ketudah. Budak-budak tuh main pengen di carry dia bi. Jadi panas lah dia malas main. Kok sama-sama itu
Your top tower
kembang
is under
iya.
attack.
Betul gak kata dia?
Iya, betul. Aku bilang kau budak gitu kak. Aku fair ya.
Going.
Kenapa aku cari orang lain cari orang lain ya karena aku cari top damage. Kali memang ada slot lebih atau apa
Iya.
Oh, naik kan attack
What
kita.
the fuck?
4.000 lah. Paling ngetut aku. Barengan jalan aku buat party ride.
Ini ngechat lagi dia nih.
Siapa? Diajak.
Oh. Bilang ah.
Anjing, YouTuber banyak bilang hijack ini Winter Sultan BNS itu. Gitu. Dia main Seper mana nam? Ku ajak sini.
A short
Apa?
ripple.
Ku ajak sini ke apa?
Quickly.
Server.
Oh, budak sini semua.
Forward.
Gather round.
No, they can be now, no, they can be.
Yet frostbitten, twice shy. Biting cold.
May you ride on nether zephyrs.
Budak lu tahu.
No, they can fight, no, they can be.
What a
Budak
trip.
lu tahu. Lu tahu itu. Di tangga di hijack. Lancang banget tuh dia. Dia bawa nama aku.
Di grup ini ke BNS.
Bukan belum satu lagi.
Your top tower is under attack.
It's not even my birthday.
Your top tower has fallen. Your middle tower is under attack. Your top barracks are under attack.
Dead man
Radiant
drifting.
structures are fortified.
Down.
Your top barracks are under attack.
A little
Your
frost
top
among
barracks
friends.
has fallen.
Ada apa itu? Woi.
Now has mega creeps.
Berdiri di tempat itu sepertinya
Your
teman
middle tower
saya
is under
sedang
attack.
menaiki attack. Saya melihatnya Bobby
Ada
semalam
apa?
anjing ngecap waktu
Your
nunggu
middle
gacha
tower
apa
has
deh
fallen.
man Bobby sih partir tak
Is
datang
under attack.
ku follow lah dia apa tempat ada close high Persen kaca.
Jaga persen
Suruh
kaca.
cancel persen. Sial. Lengkap kartu kaca. Kaget.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Pressure. Jaga persen kaca.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Apa dibuat di Pantera ni aku fikir. Tempat-tempat ada gak
Out
dia?
of the veil.
Aku follow lah. Gacha rupa dia si bang.
Your ancient is under attack.
From
Lalu level
frozen
14. Ih,
waters, I rise.
Hah?
nak reset 12 biji
Maksudnya?
ke level 4.
Oh.
Truly,
Your ancient is under attack. Your ancient is under attack. Your ancient is under
Jatuh level
attack.
berapa dah tu Tam?
Level
Ah,
plus
enchant.
upgrade. Itu lah tu. Baru satu
4.
level 4. Susah anjing.
Tak ada belum muda lah. Itulah buat sial lu. Bobby semalam sore-sore kau tak lihat. Malam banyak sekali Ram. Tapi nyampe level 9 sih tak salah aku dia. Habis di situ semua.
Level 9 dia.
Tak tahu salah aku senjata hau. Level 9.
Gila.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
Esok lah. Oi,
For the record, I
dapat
did
apa
hit the tree.
STR?
cold front coming.
Silence.
Aku nak nampai ni lah,
Your
aksesoris.
ancient is under attack.
Habis kau batu yang hitam tu. Yang paling murah tu, sial. Tengok. Masuk balik.
Cold front coming.
Apa namanya? Wah, call for balik. Oh, dah pun.
Is under attack.
Chill wind.
Ini asli diborong orang lah. Anjing.
Not yet. Frost upon us. Ha! Attack. Going. Adrift. Dead man drifting. Agreed. Arms for the dead. Which gonna have beyond my frost.
Where did you come from?
Guess what kind in my present? What else you planning I can ruin? Pop out!
Your ancient is under attack.
Danger out.
Come back.
No.
Your ancient is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Your ancient is under attack. Dire structures are fortified. Dire victory.
Ah.
Wih, lagi.
If a love story, baby, just say yeah. Leave me alone, I'll be waiting.
Your turn to ban. Five seconds remaining. Ten seconds remaining.
A new chapter in my black grimoire. Avowed.
Prepare for battle.
Indeed.
From the ghastly Eyrie, I can see to the ends of the world, and from this vantage point, I declare with utter certainty that this one is in the bag.
Indubitably. Indeed.
30 seconds to battle.
Shakarakas.
The battle begins.
Darkness stalks. Kor Karamord. By the power of Goroth. I command it. I go. Hear my word. Zan Korabos Kor Koramord. Not yet. Summoned forth. Ko. At my command. Oh, yes. At my command. Kor Nakor. Indeed. I command it.
Always watch me walk.
Summoned forth. I'm under attack. Mordakaramon. I go. Indeed.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Avowed. Zan Karabos. Indubitably. Fear me. Hear my word. First blood. Double kill. By the power of Goroth. Summoned forth. War. Dark litany. By the power of Goroth. I command it. At my command.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I go. Indubitably. Hear my word. By my demon staff. Indeed.
What the fuck?
Oh, yes. Avowed.
Gila tak dapat equipment hari ni.
Oh, yes. Indeed. Indubitably. By the power of Goroth. I command it.
Your top tower is under attack.
Hear my word.
Your top tower is under attack.
Fear me. You summon the summoner.
Your ignorance ensured your demise.
Avowed.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Summoned forth.
Killing spree. Double kill.
At my command. Indeed. I go.
I usually like my trees to myself.
Yes.
I'll make an exception.
Summoned forth. At my command. Indeed.
Your top tower is under attack.
Sha sha.
Your top tower is under attack.
I command it. It's not time yet. Kor. Indubitably. By the power of Goroth. Kor Mordakar.
Avowed. Karaka.
Bottom man, bottom man.
Summoned forth.
Your top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Fear me. Arise. Hear my word.
Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower has fallen. The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
Korzan.
Your top tower is under attack.
Mine. I
Your
go.
top tower is under attack.
Hear my word. By the power of Goroth. Astride the night. Indeed. Karabos, Caracas.
Tinker travel, tinker travel.
Indeed. Power, pour into me. Oh, yes.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Attack.
Dapat apa dia tu?
On the way, on the way.
Ini Falcon
I
dari
command
Peroni
it.
tuh.
Wiper,
Yeah.
let's go.
Kau nonton ini kah?
Your top tower is under
I
attack.
ban. Dapat barang. Ya Allah baru dah drop tadi bi. GG. Aktif lah.
Juga drop aku.
GG.
Aksesoris aku.
Oh kayak kau.
At my command. From the shadows. Karakazan. Core.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I go.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Indeed. Hear my word.
Double damage.
Summoned forth.
The enemy's middle tower has been denied.
Oh, yes. I command it. At my command.
Whosoever stands against me stands briefly.
I go. Fear me. Mortor cheer. More pages for my black grimoire. Sworn of shadows. Mordaka.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Hold. Zan. By the power of Goroth. Indeed. So Sazan. Chaos, come.
I am delighted that something good may begin.
Go, go, go.
Oh, yes.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I go. Shasha Caracas, son. Avowed. Fear me. By the power of Goroth. At my command. Chaos crush you.
Weh, tak mau dimakan.
Haste! Summoned forth.
Imba.
Indeed. Karabos Kor Koramand. Morakam.
Hello.
Hello. It's me.
Gather darkness. I command it.
Mana panda?
Hello.
Indubitably.
Hear me. I'm in California.
Hear my word.
We used to be. Asal jadi friend.
Cry havoc.
Hey.
Spawn
Ah, toh. Woohoo!
Here's a blade in your eye.
Abi pelingga. Abi buin ya. And a million. Hansmaila. Halo, halo.
The goals brighten.
Battleborn.
A new chapter in my black grimoire. At my command.
Can we go? We can go.
Summoned forth.
Let's go.
Prepare yourself. Hear my word.
Satu aku ganti full STR kan Abi ya.
Tuh, aku tak tahu sih. Efek tak. Si Bejo sih full STR.
Luck aku banyak boy 42 ah.
By the power of
Oh.
Goroth.
Tak apa sih, kurang kan ya. Menurut aku ya, kau 60% ya luck tuh udah oke dah Nam.
Kau kan?
Your middle tower is under attack.
70%
Dire's
malah aku ni.
structures are fortified.
Wih, what the
Your
fuck?
middle tower is under attack.
40 tambah 35 75%. Apa nama item lebih? Reset lebih?
Wah, justru
Kau klik
wah,
itu.
bro, so
Kau klik
stupid, bro.
status loh.
Minion.
Dah.
Status. Dah.
Ah, di bawah tuh kan ada
Oh,
kayak biasa gate.
pada aku ni satu biji.
Ada apa?
My dreams. Unrecorded.
Bahannya. Tapi ada max-nya ini ya.
Tak tahu.
Tak ada boy, tak ada.
Sabar ya, aku nanya udah lo, auto phishing gimana sih? Anjing.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen.
Gather darkness.
Your top tower is under attack.
Akamo Dochia.
Your top tower is under attack.
Avowed. Fear me.
Si anjing gabut, sial.
Core.
Gerakan babi. Ah, seorang ya.
I command it.
Boleh bang.
Can we push?
Can we push nenek dia dari tadi dah aku ngajak kita nih nge-push.
Pipsqueak. Core Mordakar. Mordakar. Indeed.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, yes. Mine. Summoned forth. Karabos Kor Koramand.
Amazing.
Zam. By the power of Goroth. I command it. Corabos cor coramord.
Hawk.
Mordakaramon. Avowed. My brazier smolders. Zan. Fear me. Wicked, hear my word.
Your top tower is under attack.
Karakas, some
Your top tower is under attack.
Karakazan.
What need have I
Your
for
top
this?
tower is under attack.
Karaka. Indeed.
Oi, Nam.
Ah,
Bisa dah auto mancing. Mantap.
imbah.
Imbah, ditinggal. Tinggal kau set ya berapa bait yang kau punya tu, umpan lah. Sesuai itu nanti dia mancing lah.
Oh,
Asli nyaman kali boy.
At my command.
Berak dulu.
Karkor.
Monster kill!
From the shadows.
Go.
Oh, yes. Indeed. I go. Fear me. So Sazan. Avowed. Pitched battle.
Regeneration!
Pipsqueak. Your soul to crush. Indeed. Indeed.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
Oh, yes.
Tinggal. Hati-hati.
Dominating! Double kill!
Good job.
I command it. Ah, scepter. By the power of Goroth. I go.
Godlike ownage!
I'm going for Viper.
Indubitably. Mordakar. Summoned forth.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
I think you guys should get back. Viper and Shaman by back. Beware.
My grimoire opens again to a new page.
Your middle tower is under attack.
My command.
Can you give vision on wing hook? Wing? Oh, very hard to synchron.
Hear my word.
Your top tower is under attack.
Indubitably.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Avowed. By the power of Goroth. I go.
Bottom. They find me bottom.
I command it.
I'm on my way.
Your soul to crush. Darkness Sworn of shadows. From the shadows. Indeed.
Your top tower is under attack.
Haste. Hear my word.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Fear me.
Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower is under attack.
I can't take much more.
Dark.
Your top tower has been denied.
Bring him back. Left Viper. Divide back.
At my command. Unhallowed ground.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Indeed. Summoned forth. Not ready. Hear my word. Indeed. Fear me. Gather darkness. Mortor cheer. Kor Karamord.
PL is hot. I got hacked.
By the power of Goroth.
I got hacked.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Shadows encircle you.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Let's go, let's go. Let's go.
Enemy's top tower
Can we push? Can we push? They got no buyback.
Prepare yourselves
Can we kill?
by the power of Goroth. Mora come.
This will do nicely.
Mine.
Tinker?
Avowed.
Can we kill Tinker? Guys? Stop farming, dude.
Sha sha. I go. At my command.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Demon spawn. Summoned forth.
Kill Shaman, Shaman.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Unstoppable. Indubitably.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Core more
Dire structures are fortified. Your bottom tower is under attack. The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
of evil takes you.
Your bottom tower has fallen. Your bottom tower is under attack.
Command it.
Invisibility.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, yes.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Command it. Zan. Hear my word. Zan Korabos Kor Koramord.
I think we can go rush.
Summoned forth.
Roshan, Roshan. Roshan, Roshan.
Karabos Caracas. By the power of Goroth.
Why nobody push the tower? Oh my god.
Kor Karamord. Avowed.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire structures are fortified.
Hear me.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
I go. Indeed. Indubitably.
Your top tower is under attack.
At my
rush.
So Sayang. Darkness heals you. Indeed. My dominion.
All wrapped up to take.
Hear my word. Oh, yes. Summoned forth. Encircling dark. Chaos comes at my command. Indeed. The smoke thickens. Indeed. Corzan.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Sha. My flame lights your trail.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack.
Mordekar.
Well-gotten gains.
I command it. Unhallowed ground. Karaboskor Koramand. At my command. Avowed.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower has fallen.
I go. I come. And I command. Go. Indubitably. I command it. Fear me.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Avowed.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
By the power of Goroth.
The enemy's middle barracks has fallen. Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack.
invisibility.
Mordaka.
Why don't want to take Roshan now with that, you know?
Mine. I go. Chaos comes at my command. Summoned forth. At my command. Indeed. Summoned forth.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Oh, yes. At my command.
Udah mancing, dah pancur ke, Bi?
Belum. Sabar. Sabar. Aku lagi ini oh. Farming. Isi 1000. Tahu ya.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Karaka.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Under pain of death. Your soul to crush. Karakas, son. Hear my word. I'm not ready. More to cheer.
Will kill at least
Karakas.
Dia susah dia item di sini. Wow.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Asli dah.
Mandi.
Asli.
I have already.
Can you believe this? I command it. Indubitably. Avowed.
Betwixt myself.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen. Radiant structures are fortified. The enemy's middle tower has fallen. Victory.
Not even a contest.
Thanks for carrying me, anjing. I'm so strong, guys. I'm so strong.
Yo 6 na, sama 7 laku 6.
Oh.
TW ko.
I'm down on my knees in the dark. Walaupun ada pemaaf, apa mau we back to higher ground? Yeah, I just wanna feel alive.
Ya H5 enak.
5.
Dua enam. Kau duluan.
Oke.
Kau na abis dah stamina ko 6. Kau pakai bola apa?
Habis dah. Akrab itu tuh. Enchant tuh.
Oh, anjing. Berapa banyak oh enchant? Level berapa dah sekarang 6?
Level 4.
Wah, GG. Sampai STR semua.
Mana tak dapat STR. Ada sih beberapa. 2 STR.
Oke. Rata level 4 ke baru senjata 6?
Senjata.
Senjata naik usah oh STR. Puluhan kan?
Belasan. Plus 5 baru. Level 5.
Nah, gantian ya. 2 kali dah. Dan aku sisa 600. Darah ini udah lumayan nih.
Berapa
Presnya
dah?
60. Udah mau 70 dah. Kok pakai set ini lebih kurang ya? Coba. Coba 600 sila. Anjay.
Aduh.
Your turn to ban. Five seconds remaining.
Pelangi cipta
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
ciptaan Tuhan. Pelangi, alangkah indahmu, merah kuning hijau di langit yang biru, pelukismu siapa gerangan ciptaan Tuhan. Pelangi, alangkah indahmu, merah kuning hijau di langit yang biru, pelukismu agung, siapa gerangan. Pelangi, ciptaan Tuhan. Humble God. Humble God. Tomoyo, yo.
Behold the scourge of Icerack. Into the breach.
Back in flames.
Anjay, LRCM lama
Prepare
bedah.
for battle.
Ntar weh, aku bawa.
I'll not argue.
Pelangi, alangkah indahmu, merah kuning hijau di
Here I come.
langit yang biru, pelukismu agung, siapa gerangan. Pelangi, ciptaan Tuhan. Tahu aku lagu TikTok.
30 seconds to battle.
Pelangi, alangkah indahmu.
Agreed.
The battle begins.
It's all fun and games until someone's frozen solid. I move.
What just happened?
Forward.
My favorite customer.
Indeed.
Pelangi,
I thought as much.
alangkah indahmu, merah kuning hijau
To battle.
di langit yang biru, pelukismu agung, siapa gerangan.
Yes.
The ancestors are expecting you.
Let's go. Swiftly.
Wow.
Wow.
Dah.
I thought as much.
Anjay.
Yes.
Like hell.
Forward. Ice, take you. Here I come. Swiftly. To battle. Indeed. Agreed. On.
Anjing tepul
I move.
gara-gara itu dong. Ada war.
Faster. I'll not argue.
Denied.
The ice wolves bite. Into the breach. Let's go. Swiftly. Into the breach.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Ya Allah, well played.
What we're seeing? What just happened?
Forward. That's cold. I move. Agreed. Is it cold in here, or is it just me? Yes. Here I come. It's not done yet. To battle. I'm under attack. Indeed. I'll not argue.
I can't believe what we're seeing! What just happened?
Good Lord. Now.
I thought as much. On.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Faster. Let's go.
Captured in the flame.
That was unexpected. Oh, I feel better already.
Forward. Agreed. On. This'll come in handy. Faster. Into the breach. Let's go. To battle.
Killing spree.
Yes.
Your top tower is under attack.
What just happened?
I'll not argue.
เฮียอะไรวะสัตว์
Indeed. Here I come. I thought as much.
Your bottom tower is
I
under
move.
attack.
Swiftly.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
On. Agreed. Swiftly.
Never refuse gold given.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Forward. I move. Faster.
Radiant's courier has been
Into
killed.
the breach. I'll not argue.
Top is missing.
Indeed. I thought as much.
Tes.
Why?
Let's go.
Top is missing.
Here I come.
Behold, my searing blade.
Back leader.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Yes. Agreed. I'll not argue. Swiftly. Here I come.
Oh, 2 kali ketemu yun oh.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Mas ya. 2-1 sama 2-0 ya.
What just happened?
3 kali.
Oh 3 kali.
To battle.
Bimba.
Faster.
Lu mau kirim notis dompet. Kalau yang sudah seru kirim aja yuk.
I thought as much.
Kirim tuh. Panasin lo.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Your bottom tower is under attack.
Have my revenge.
Once burned, ice sharp. Forward. Indeed. I move.
เอาไปทำเฮียอะไรสัตว์
On.
Stamina 2k. Kita ngapain?
Yes. Into the breach. I'll not argue. I move. Claim. Fangs of ice.
Ada ke YouTuber yang live?
Your bottom
Agreed.
tower has fallen.
Boy. Malam lah.
To battle. I thought as much. Let's go.
Deceptive rune of invisibility.
On. Faster.
Your top tower is under attack.
What just happened?
Forward. Indeed. Ice Maiden.
Dominating. Double kill.
Unbelievable we're seeing! What just happened?
Deny.
Teacher
Not ready.
is bested.
I'll freeze you fast.
It can't be.
I've got cool news. Here I come. Swiftly.
Your middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Yes. Into the breach.
Your top tower is under attack.
On. Indeed.
Unbelievable we're seeing! What just happened?
Agreed.
Was rendered to
Let's go.
authorized.
Unbelievable we're seeing!
Faster.
What just happened?
Yes.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Brr. That's if you will make a nice snow angel. Swiftly. Into the breach. To battle. I'll not argue. I move. Here I come. I thought as much. Forward.
Be ensnared in fire.
Agreed. On.
You surpassed the master. With me.
Your
Ice
middle
never
tower
dies.
is under attack.
Here's ice in your eye.
Your middle tower has fallen.
Swiftly. Forward. I'll not argue.
Your middle tower is
I
under
move.
attack.
I'm under
Your
attack.
place is here.
Your top tower is under attack.
I thought as much.
I can't believe what we're seeing! What just happened? I can't believe what we're seeing! What just happened?
Just getting started.
Indeed. Here I come. Faster. Down you go.
Resko upgrade tapi.
Into the
Upgrade
breach.
gimana ya maksudnya?
Kan bisa di upgrade tuh.
Oh bisa upgrade?
Tier udah ada.
Belum,
Yes.
cuman belum
Oh.
ada duit boy.
Cal Bobby level 2 lah anjing.
Oh, dia ada duit. Smelting dia
Your
udah
top
tinggi boy.
tower is under attack.
Smelting 6 tak salah tuh 65. Smelting tuh
Lima.
tinggi juga orang.
Tinggi.
Aku belum 5 cok. Padahal rajin banget.
Your bottom tower
beli
is under
langsung.
attack.
Sikit
Oh.
lagi 5.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Karena aku dari awal smelting tosu. Jual-jual barang.
Kamu?
You only live ice.
Your
Agreed.
bottom tower is under attack.
Blessings upon a loyal
Faster.
warrior.
Into the breach. To battle. On. Here I come.
Aku top up lah.
Forward. I move.
Sabar dah aku.
Dire
Siap,
structures are fortified.
Yes.
Tier 3 tapi. Oh awal kan dia.
Rune of double damage.
I'll not argue.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Let's go.
You and I.
Swiftly.
The enemy's top
Believe what
tower
we're
has
seeing!
fallen.
What just happened?
Indeed.
Shamed in searing heat.
I thought as much.
A worthy opponent.
I'm under attack.
Mess with doom.
Forward.
Go back to your
Drop
head.
it. To battle. Faster. Let's go. Into the breach. I thought as much. No mana. My ice bites deep. Swiftly. Agreed.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yes. What could be better? Indeed. Swift as the wolves of Ice Wrath. I move. I'll not argue. Here I come.
That was The enemy's middle tower has
Let's
fallen.
go. Faster. I thought as much.
You and I.
Forward.
Your top tower has fallen.
Agreed. Indeed.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Into the breach.
Your bottom tower is under
Swiftly.
attack.
On. I move. Yes. Here I come. To battle. I'll not argue. Agreed.
What just happened?
Aren't you nice? Not yet. Into the breach.
Aimed in searing heat.
Can't feel a thing.
And so I end.
Your middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Your middle tower is under attack.
Mulai panas. Aduh.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen.
Oh, pecah anjing layar aku. Fuck.
Miss me?
Layar apa?
Bukan layar apa nih nama? Temper glass.
Here I come.
Jatuh tadi. Bangsat.
HP kau, Bi.
Retak tengah-tengah. Apa?
HP kau.
Forward.
Oh. Tunggu aku pakai cash tadi. Tak tahu lah ni.
The rune of regeneration.
I can't believe what we're seeing. What just happened?
Faster.
Swing wide.
Roshan has fallen to the dark.
Immortality.
Let's go. I thought as much.
Aku ada dapat ini ya, dikasih
I can't believe what we're seeing. What just happened?
dikasih bayar aku.
Your top tower is under attack.
Chat dah ya orang Jakarta.
On.
Kemana?
Your top tower is under attack.
Dia bisa kirim 100 kata.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior. Your top tower is under
Kalau ni dah
attack.
bisa Abi.
Tak bisa boy 100.
Hah?
Tak bisa.
Terakhir aku bisa.
Cuba kau tanya
Your
pura-pura.
top tower has fallen.
Ya.
Bilang aja kirim.
Terakhir.
Itulah.
Yes.
Dia pun terakhir bilang aku bisa kok. Sekarang pas aku ngirim tak bisa. Anjing. Dia split.
Indeed.
Tadi aku nanya lagi masih belum bang. Saat ini masih split.
Bulan Juni
Here's
terakhir
icing
dia.
alive.
Iya sama, aku ada gak Juni. Terus tadi aku nak ngirim lagi.
I'll not argue.
I can't believe what we're seeing! What just... I can't believe what we're seeing! What just happened?
To battle. Here I come. Indeed. Let's go. Bang twice.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Into the breach. On.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Apa sampah anjing.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen. Your middle barracks are under attack. Your middle barracks are under attack. Your middle barracks has fallen. Your middle barracks are under attack.
I thought as much.
Your middle barracks has fallen.
I move.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Swiftly.
Your bottom tower has fallen.
I can't believe what we're seeing! What just happened?
I'll not argue.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
I can't believe what we're seeing! What just happened?
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower has fallen.
Time to take matters into my own hands. This isn't the end.
Your bottom barracks are under attack.
Can't keep me grounded!
Yes.
Your bottom barracks are under attack.
It's not time yet. Agreed.
Your bottom barracks has fallen.
Faster. To battle. On. Indeed. Swiftly. I move. Yes. I'll not argue. The ice wolves bite.
We weren't finished.
It's not time yet. I thought
Unstoppable double kill. Wicked triple kill.
This happened.
Be ensnared in fire.
I can't believe what we're
Your
seeing!
top tower
What just
is under
happened?
attack. Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower has fallen.
What just happened?
Your top barracks are under attack.
I didn't see that coming.
Your top barracks has fallen. Your top
Agreed.
base has fallen. The enemy now has mega creeps. Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen. Your middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen. Your ancient is under attack. Your ancient is under attack.
Into the breach.
Behold my searing gaze.
Not. Here I come. Not time to lose. Forward.
Bi stres lah, Bi. Pincang, Bi.
Boleh sih, sabar ya.
Hampir dah.
Oh lah, dapir. Telat sih nampak
This was
Let's
over
go.
before it started.
Nyampe sana mati dapir.
I can't believe what we're seeing! What just happened?
Next up, oh.
Dire victory.
Bi, aku di sini apa?
Pincang ya.
Party lah. Cuba ya, party orang ya.
You know, split push these lanes as well. She's just in general, she's good at
Yeah,
setting
man,
up.
yeah,
I think that's a very strong ability on Hoodwink. But yeah, mostly the hero just like pokes and fights and goes back and forth, and she's just very effective with all of her spells.
The second most picked hero in
10
the TI
seconds
qualifiers so
remaining.
far after Lion, which has not even seen a pick or
5 seconds
we're
remaining.
with the meta when we're outside of the meta. We're either place as Team Nigma. Gyrocopters we move into final bans. T, talk to me about what you'd like to see Nigma ban out here to prevent Hellbears.
I think maybe Ursa, or like kind of this hero that wants to get into the fight. Because right now, Smashers, they have no hero that innately
Radiant team
walks up
ban.
front into the engagement with Happiness, and that alone kind of is an issue for Smashers because like Lena needs 2 or 3 items to feel comfortable in this game. Axe, of course, is a reinitiator, and then Hoodwink, Wyvern, if this is your support duo, they're like heavily backline type heroes. I think a carry that can run up in front, like even like a Wraith
10
King, for example,
seconds
as well,
remaining.
just get involved and just soak it up.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, Team Nigma are going to ban out the Drow, which is in many ways the opposite of the Ursa.
Yeah,
Dire
this is true.
team ban.
They want to focus on the laning phase, and this could be an indicator of like they want like a Tidehunter or a Slardar style pick for mind control last, and this is why they're rather than banning out for the game, they're banning out for the lane because like they know that Io Gyro will have good time. TA should fare well mid,
10
so as long as there's
seconds
not a favorable matchup in the safe lane for Smashers, mind control
5
should go even as
seconds
well. And I think
remaining.
that's like I just described these kind of later heroes, but they're just like no. Let's just make sure he enters the game well because all 3 lanes entering well gives Nigma that kind of idea of running over the opponent.
Do you like these Hellbears bans?
I think they're decent. I quite like them. Sanking is a great initiator, as is Clockwork, and I think that's what Team Nigma lack right now on their team. Obviously, you can relocate in a hero, but if there's no hero going in first and locking someone down for you, what are you going to do? Especially with this egg, you want to take your team fight, you want to egg, you want to protect that egg, you want to, lock people down so they get stunned by it. But right now, Nigma have literally nothing for that. I think Sanking is one of the best heroes to do it, just because of the speed of his initiation. And I think, like with Mars Band as well, they're quite limited in their options of what they can pick here.
So we're probably, and call me out if I'm way off here, we're probably expecting a DK last pick.
Did it get through?
I mean, I know.
Yeah, it is available. Let's not beat around the bush here, guys. It is available. Yeah, potentially. Honestly, like you have any hero that plays lane quite chill and has a stun. Slaughter, DK, Tidehunter, any of these lads would perfectly well for Enigma because it gives them to, like someone to round out their draft with. Sorry. Ban the Luna themselves.
I think the Luna would have been a really good pick.
Yeah.
But only a little bit worried about a range because they want something to take down the Phoenix.
10
I suppose they've got the
seconds
Lina to
remaining.
take down the Phoenix, but that's just one hero.
5 seconds remaining.
It's the idea of winning the lane, you know? Like they focus so heavily on just make
Dire
sure Mind
team
Control
pick.
gets a good game, right? Because again, like Enigma, they pick here first. So whatever they pick, Ace will get like the counter to it. He'll have the matchup, and that's why rather than trying to big brain some stuff, they're like just ban out the best lane winners right now that we think Ace can play.
Snap.
Radiant
20 seconds to
team
make a pick, Sheep 6. Tidehunter, there we go.
There it is.
It's one of those boys. Okay. Well, you're going to have to
One of the
predict the
boys.
Hellbear Smashers draft then, Sheep, because you weren't able to do that Team Nig 1 in time.
Oh no.
You've got
No
55
pressure.
seconds. The time is going down. Countdown theme is playing.
10
like
seconds
We're not
remaining.
playing though.
Ursabear's pretty great. Although Ace usually plays quite heavy farming
5
carries,
seconds
so he could even
remaining.
be on the axe, right? And they could just pick some offlaner here. I don't know what would be good enough. I feel like Ursa is so good at taking down this like Tidehunter hero, and also it's really good when you want to like 4p1 something. Obviously they have TA Gyro dual core, that's pretty good, but I feel like Ursa could probably just burst the hero fast enough that they can't save with IO, or like he can help kill the egg. I would like that hero a lot. Otherwise, I don't know, maybe they just go full tanky, pick some Medusa.
They do play a lot of Juicer.
Yeah,
is
like,
currently
do they
banned
have
out.
damage? Oh,
That
is it?
currently banned.
Yes, second
I
base
can't
from
see-
Enigma. No, it's fine.
Okay,
They play so
well,
much Juicer
whatever.
they can get it through the bans.
I
It's
will-
fine. When you play a lot of it hero, it doesn't matter if it's banned.
You may now
Ooh,
select
yeah.
your heroes.
That doesn't seem good
okay.
against Titan lane.
That's an interesting
if-
pick.
Okay.
Interesting. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
Well, we're going to
Interesting.
head into this game pretty quickly. So, as a last-minute prediction, T, who do you think is going to win this?
The viewer.
Viewer, that's the real winner. So, you've got one prediction for the viewer, Sheepo. Have you got a more? You're going to hedge your bets?
I'll always put my bets on GHIO. I think Nigma's got this in the bag.
Okay, well, can Team Nigma relocate themselves into a Game 1 win? I'm going to hand over to our wonderful casters, the stupendous Sums fan and Cinderin.
Hello,
10 seconds
everybody.
remaining.
Suns fan here with the great Cinderin. How are you
5
doing
seconds
on this
remaining.
lovely morning for you? Actually, it's morning for both of us, Cinderin.
That's
Greetings.
True. Stupendous. Do you like that introduction?
Well, we do
Let me
put
just
stupid
Google
and
exactly
stupendous,
what
so
it means. That's the thing about Dan. He uses big words, and we're not very smart. So extremely
up
impressive, says Google. So he's just flat out lying to the viewers. That's great. That's a good host.
yep, that's how we start every cast, by being self-deprecating. So no matter how bad we are, people can't complain because we warned them beforehand.
We
Isn't that
can
right,
only
Cinderin?
impress now. Yeah, that's it. Now we can only impress. If people have never listened to us before, they're gonna be like, "All right, these two have no idea what they're talking about," and then hopefully throughout the game they'll be like, "Okay, they knew very little what they were talking." Still better than nothing.
That's true. It is an improvement. So
Yeah, exciting game. I just want to quickly, going into the series, I think there's obviously going to be some big storylines in this tournament. A lot of people have high hopes for Nigma, so this is like their first test going up against the Hellbear Smashers that, like T Governor pointed out, Hellbears are good at taking that one game off a team, but can they take it best of? Nigma, I think if you polled the population in Dota right now, I think most people would expect either OG or Nigma to make it through. So we get one of the two top dogs here in the first series. And Nigma are playing a lot of their trademark stuff. So they're really they're going in guns blazing for game 1.
very insightful indeed. If you polled most people, they would pick the two most popular teams to come out. You are absolutely correct, Cinderin. Well, they are both the most popular, and right now they have the most DPC points, right? So
The thing though is that Nigma did not look good in the last tournament they played. They did not look good in ESL, right? It wasn't
true.
just the placement they got, but their games just looked a bit disconnected and out of form compared to the major, where, you know, if you're going to the tournament with that in your mind, you might think a team like Tundra could even be favored against, who will obviously see further down the line.
No, I think there is the aspect, and the panel kind of talked about that Nigma were kind of figured out towards the later ends of the major, and at ESL they just played the same. I mean, they're basically playing the same thing here. So, I mean, obviously there hasn't been any kind of a patch. So, I don't. Were you? That's actually a good question. Were you expecting anything
30
different
seconds
coming
to
from them?
battle.
Are they just waiting for the patch to come before they make these major tweaks going into TI?
I mean, I think a lot of the stuff that Nigma plays and played at the major are just really good heroes in the patch. So if anything, I think small adjustments are enough. Like swap out 1 or 2 heroes in like your active arsenal, and then you have like if you have like some sort of cheeky last pick that you've theorized could be good, then maybe that. But outside of that, like
The battle begins.
in ESL as well, I don't think the biggest problem necessarily was strategy. I just think they got like outplayed more so than having poor strategies. So also about, you know, just being in form and being on the same page. Speaking of strategy, like the panel was pointing out, this looked like a really good Ursa game, by the way, for the Smashers, and I really wonder what made them end up on the PL, if it's more of like a macro understanding of the game right now that a hero like Ursa can't win this late game or can't like build enough of an advantage, because he had some amazing matchups. Ursa's very good against Tide, very good against Phoenix, in my opinion, very good against Gyro as well. There was only really Miracle's PA that you were worried about, where you took the opposite approach here, where you took the PL that's good against the TA, but not so good against the Tide or the Phoenix. So maybe showing a lot of respect to the TA pick in general, and feel like you have to
I want
have
to
a
say,
solution.
at the major, from the games that we cast at least, the PL looked as Ace is going to get pressured completely out here. It's like he'll survive the engagement though, early on, between the Kuroki and Mind Control combo, but PL looked, I don't know if you feel the same way, it felt a bit underwhelming once you got to like the late game timing. It feels like you need the semi-carry, which maybe, you know, Bora on the Lina can be that hero, but the PL just doesn't feel like this hero you can just bank everything on.
I think the hero just felt overwhelming in general, not just in the late game. There were a couple of games that we saw where he did very well when he was under very good conditions and there was a very good like cast and plan around him. I don't know how much I like Hellbear Smasher's lineup as a PL lineup. Usually what PL wants is his other heroes either having like, I would say very good ability to single target out people so that PL can go on something else. And what you're primarily sitting with, I guess the Hoodwink could be kind of cool for that, but you're kind of relying largely on an axe call to start a fight, and then PL will try to go on something else. Because this hero thrives in chaos, right? And I think that's part of the reason he looked weak at the major, was that a lot of the teams had this like very structured team fight that the hero isn't so good against.
Bot lane,
Tofu
Tofu's
is in
gonna
trouble
have to-
bottom here.
Cold embraces himself for now. Kuro does have a couple of fire spirits left, and yeah, with the right click from Mind Control, nope, not gonna quite tick out. Now Mind Control kind of on the run, and as we see this action, I want to scroll just a little bit higher. Oh, they actually got rid of it. No, there's this. I've never seen this spray paint before. You'll see it. I don't know who it is, but it's of a person yawning, and that might be the best spray paint in the entire game. So just have to wait with bated breath here until that comes about again. So maybe we can ask the players to pop it on the floor one more time.
So they don't kill Tofu there, but they do force out the Cold Embrace skill point on level 2, which means that the aggressive potential of Smashers in the safe lane is basically non-existent. I don't think you really wanted to try to play aggressive here anyway. You're playing
Radiant's
against Tide Phoenix with a
courier
PL.
has been killed.
PL does like negligible damage to Tide already, so what's your Wyvern really going to do? So you're just trying to sustain and farm. So it's kind of par for the course here. And it kind of goes both. Like it looked like maybe there was a potential kill on the Wyvern there for Nigma, but still at Fairy Fire, and obviously Phoenix's damage is not too interesting until level 3 and especially level 5 with the Fire Spirit points. So I think we're just going to have a farm lane down here for the most part. Mid lane, Boranya versus Miracle is a pretty even lane. Lina against TA. I think go back a couple years, TA wins this matchup pretty hard, but Lina has some more things going her way now than back then. And then in that top lane, I think Io Gyro is a good lane against Dax.
All right, a courier was just fed to Rasmus here, aka Misery. He's going to chase down GH a bit. Forgot to mention this, of course. This is, I think, the first time I've ever cast Misery since the DC days, so I'm actually pretty excited about this. There's another courier, potentially with his name on it, but GH, I'm just going to micro that. Make sure they don't feed a second one to Mr. Rasmus himself.
Nope.
I don't know why he changed his name. I need to... Now, that's going to be my research for the next game, which he'll probably
Radiant's
not
middle
answer me, but I'm going to
tower is
figure out
under
why he
attack.
changed his name from Misery.
Maybe he felt like every time in the game, like he just had too many negative connotations when he looked at his screen.
Could be.
He wanted a more optimistic and positive name for his team. With
He
happy
did have a
names
reputation.
such as Tofu and Ace. You need
I mean,
to match
Tofu
that.
is the most neutral name possible, right? It's tasteless. Supposed to add everything to it to make it taste anything good, but...
Oh, that was a controversy.
Really? I thought that was the entire point of it. Okay, well, we can have a discussion. By itself, yeah. The whole idea is to add stuff to it. But anyway, back to the game. So this
Dire's
is the
bottom
TI
tower is
qualifier,
under
for God's
attack.
sake. Get your head back inside the game, good sir. We have
I'm in the
ILTW, of course, on this gyrocopter, 22 and 7
Betul,
versus
sana.
FPL with 27 3. So neither are farming that great. As you can see, Rocket Barrage on the Mr. Rasmus. You can see Gil here. A little bit damage from the sideline. It's a hero we have yet to talk about because he's been in basically every single game, this Hoodwink. I know you hated him at first, but I should say. Have your thoughts changed over the course of the past few weeks?
They actually have. So at the major, when I was talking
Radiant
about
are
Hoodwink,
scanning.
I wouldn't say I was a hater. I just felt like the hero had a lot of conditionals that needed to be met in order to perform well. Like a couple of heroes in the meta really made it hard for Hoodwink to
Dire's
thrive.
curse
Like
has been
Nigma.
killed.
Run from death!
Alright.
That's first blood for Enigma. Go ahead, Sinner. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I think Hoodwink needed a lot of. It felt like Hoodwink needed a lot of conditionals that, but after seeing it and playing it more, I'm kind of getting to a point now where I think the hero's a bit more independent than I gave it credit for. It's somewhat against a lot of combinations where it would be hard. I think if you play around it in a smart way, you can set things up, and the tempo of the game really seems to favor a skill like Bushwhack Kite a lot. There's a lot of fighting around tree lines in the early mid-game in many of these games where Hoodwink can do a lot of impact. Usually when the hero starts falling off is when teams start getting like BKBs or like just get too tanky or get a lot of mobility items, so it gets harder to hit your spells. Just as picked it, I kind of like it. Like when you pick it later into the draft, when you see that the enemy team, okay, they're not playing like 3 heroes that have insane mobility. They're very much grounded, right? Like, what did you see at the time? You saw Phoenix, TA, and IO, I think, with that Hoodwink. None of these heroes with like insane mobility, so you have a good chance of landing your spells and not relying too much on teammates to
It
set
does
you
feel
up.
like one of those vanilla picks as
Guess
well.
it's my
not
shout.
just-
Radiant's top tower is under
I mean, I
attack.
will say this, Syndra. I know you're going to disagree, but this is one of the heroes that NA has introduced to the world. It's basically the only region to play this hero for the longest time. We saw at the major with
Maybe
varying
that's why it
results,
wasn't picked so much.
Yeah, that's why you even it because NA were the team. I mean, you're like NA's garbage, so anything they pick is probably.
Yeah, you were
but,
really good.
Hey, they happen to be right about one thing. All right, so
that's true.
We can at least put that to our name. But we haven't really talked about the lineups overall. Michael's getting pressured out of bot lane for now. We'll be okay though. Do you favor one team or the other, not including skill? Because obviously coming into this, Team Nigma, like you talked about, the #1 seed for all intents and purposes, so they will be the team to beat.
No, so one thing I'm not so big a fan of with Nigma's lineup is, like I pointed out, they have like no catch, no reliable way of setting up fights. They just have that Ravage, and when we get out of the laning stage and start happening, you're very much reliant on Ravage to get stuff done. But when you get later in the game, you kind of item your way out of it, right? By buying, just having overwhelming items, or buying stuns, or maybe be able to out so you get a guaranteed good Ravage. If your cores are tanky enough with the IO Phoenix backing them up.
Radiant's middle
It
tower
takes too
is
long.
under attack.
Can you pronounce that name again for me, please?
Okay, so I actually don't know. So I call him Boranya, and some call him Borania, and the panel call him Bora Ninja, which is definitely wrong because there's in his name. So I'll say they're wrong, but beyond that, I don't know.
Okay, I'm just gonna call him Bora. It's just half of his name, so it can't be technically correct.
Call him Bora.
Enigma, they see this stack here. The question is, can they do enough pressure here? Is Rasmus? We found out is level 6 right now. The trap goes on the way. Rasmus able to get up to the also will be tanky as a result. The call down is there with the reinforcements on the way as well. Finally, Nigma are able to take him out, but will it cost him anything? Look at all the rotations here from Hellbear Smasher. GH will not be able to TP out. LSA was there. So it ends up being a 1-for-1, but the real question is where does the stack go? Because they can't take it without the axe.
Yeah, they're just gonna hold the area, and Axe is gonna go there as soon as he spawns and try again. Axe with Vanguard can do this on his own. Yeah, you could be cute and cold embrace him with Wyvern. Kyle's primary contribution to pro Dota history, but they don't need to do that here. Axe can do it on his own problem. So, yeah, I feel like I didn't really answer your question about who my favorite is going late.
Never do. I just want to... I hope people out there that are listening / watching just understand that you don't answer any questions. Period.
Ever.
Yes, ever.
Okay, so if Nigma get through at what could be a turbulent mid game, I do favor the strategy in the end, because I think both TA and Gyro in this game are going to be overwhelmingly farmed, and I always like Phoenix late game as a support. Yes, you're playing into Lina, but it's literally the only very big problem you have for your egg, because PL can't go for the Supernova when he's just going to get ravaged, right? So if you set it up nicely with, let's say, TA starting the fight with either, I don't know if Miracle's going to go for a side in this game, or an all just start the fight, then Phoenix follows through. It's very difficult for Hellbear to go in and deal with that Supernova, and Tide will get a refresher late games, get 2 Ravages. Very late, I like Nigma. In theory, in the next 10 minutes, I like Smashers, but I haven't really seen them take much initiative right now. They're kind of just letting both the Gyro and the TA farm to their heart's content. It's really not a good look. But these 2 heroes just farm faster than anything you have. Like, you're not going to keep up with your PL and your Axe to this when the Axe is played offlane.
I'm going to ask you a bit of a... I don't know what kind of question you want to even describe this as. It's a bit of a hot take. Do you think Gyro is a good hero without IO?
Radiant structures are fortified.
You see Bushwhack? We got to hold the horses there, Mr. Sinran. Yeah, sharpshooter's there, but Rasmus not able to do much as there was a relocated. But it's actually a baby relocate. They want to go back in here. Kuroki does have egg as well.
Has been denied.
And a posture, but doesn't look like a fight will actually come out. So go ahead with your opinion that you won't answer.
Nice. Yeah, bottom 2 Wyvern, by the way. Tower. Right, so... yeah, I actually do think Gyro can be a good hero without IO. I don't think it's as much of a requirement as it felt like, I want to say a month or 2 ago, where it was literally only played together. But if you do pick Gyro without the IO, I think it needs to be a very late pick, because there's like specific calls in this hero where it can be difficult, like some matchups where people come up too close and are very mobile heroes can kite you and make your life miserable because your spells don't land. So much of your damage in the early mid game is about the rocket barrage as well as the call down until you get farmed enough that Flak Cannon becomes your main source. A lot of heroes can deal with you very well, but when it gets picked late, like let's say last pick or second to last,
LTW might be in some trouble. GH does have his relocate, and you can see just like that with the Bushwhack setup. Hellbear Smashers absolutely decimate him. So
Radiant's middle
as
tower
well
is under attack.
Rotated here, in addition to basically everybody from Hellbear Smashers.
I don't know this tower. Like I get what Mind Control's intent is. This is something you want to do with these like tanky offlaners like Tide, is you want to TP in and defend your safe lane tower. Same logic for Timbersaw, but like your carry just died. He doesn't have buyback, and the tower's on 20%. So I think that TP might complete it anyway, just so you can sit up here and while farm comes and shut the wave again. But that tower was definitely dead on arrival as soon as LTW died. And nice from Hellbears here, right? Like they take some initiative. It's been a relatively quiet game. They kill the carry, they take a tier 1. I think you want to keep rolling. If you have a peel with this early defusal timing, Wink has level 7, which is a very strong spike for the hero. When you have ultimate 4 points in Bushwhack, you're very, very powerful. Axe is going to get his dagger and 20 gold. So all things are coming together here. I would really like to see Smashers try more invasive maneuvers, especially if they can play away from the Tide. That's like the one centerpiece that Nigma have to kind of their lineup to
Dire are scanning.
Top could have even given them a smoke towards the side of the map. They chose to fall back to farm this dagger first.
Yeah, like you said, Ace does have the Diffusal Blade. We have Bora on the Lina, has the Boots of Travel going into Yules. You saw the Maelstrom already picked up by LTW. Obviously going for the Aghanim Scepter thereafter. The I mean, once he gets that, it feels like his farm just takes on another level where there's almost no other heroes that can really catch up outside of like a Luna type hero. I mean, even the TA on your team won't be able to keep up with that at some point in the game. By the way, now that we have a small break, I have a little bit of not a complaint, but why has nobody talked about how the health bars at the top have changed colors? Is that just me that notices this?
What has
in the last
changed?
patch?
Is it a different green hue and a different red hue, or?
Yeah, they're both darker. Is that just my computer?
That's true, actually. That is.
Why has nobody complained? It's really been bothering
Is
me.
that only when you're spectating or also when you're playing?
When I'm playing as well. Okay? There's a PSA out there. Nobody has brought that. I feel like I'm literally crazy that I'm the only one that has noticed this, but it's really
When did that
bothering.
happen? In a patch like a day ago or something?
No, it was the Nemesis patch. I think.
Oh. I think people didn't notice it because they were lagging all the time, so they couldn't really focus on other things.
Well, they're still lagging, I guess. I don't know
Right.
what the deal with that is. Yeah, that
Trying to
micro
control their
stutter.
heroes, yeah, they're focusing on improving their performance rather than looking at the top of the screen. Mid tower is gonna be attacked here. I like this from Smashers. No siege creep yet though, so I think a better timing would have probably been next wave. But it's the right idea to not just sit back and farm and do nothing. Relatively quiet game though. 4 kills at 15 minutes is very slow in this patch.
Radiant's top tower is
And
under
I
attack.
think Nigma are happy with it, so you're not... You know, there's like this fine balance in the game between doing what you want to do and doing what the enemy team doesn't want you to do. They're not always the same thing.
Radiant
Does that make
are
sense?
scanning.
Like sometimes your lineup really wants to farm, but because the enemy team wants to farm even more than you do, it can be better to play aggressive. Like, the reason I say this is that a lot of the time PL lineups are happy to just do this, right? To sit back and farm. Oh, PL's free farming, that's great, but the lineup you're playing against probably thrives more from that playstyle than your PL draft, even though you last picked it. I kinda feel
Radiant's
like there's a
middle
little bit
tower
of...
is under attack.
There should be a feeling of urgency to get something done for Smashers here. Even though their lineup, in theory, would be happy to farm.
Yeah, we talked about it. Gyro and TA are basically going to out-farm you no matter what at this stage. I mean, right now,
It's still
Miracle...
even, like, it's just a 1k lead, but
Well,
it's kind of the writing on the
their-
wall that key items are coming up.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, now that the Ags is... Actually, did he change up his build? Is he going BKB on ILTW? I think something's being delivered right now. We'll see what that is, but... Miracle
it's a
did
hammer.
get
It's going BKB.
his Desolator right
Radiant's
now. Okay, so ends
bottom
up changing his...
tower is
So it
under
looks like they want to
attack.
fight with this Desolator on Miracle. That's kind of the timing. As... You can see that
Big
they are
timing for
scouted out
Nigma
here
in
a
this
bit.
game will be BKBs,
Dire's
right?
middle tower
You
is under
pretty
attack.
much you negate a lot of the Lina, you negate basically all of Hoodwink. At least for Hellbear Smashers, they do have 2 BKB piercing abilities in the Call as well as the Winter's Curse, so it's not nothing. But even against a hero like Phantom Lance, your BKB can actually be very good because you remove the diffusal aspect of the hero. It can help you in a lot of core matchups, especially. So I think, you know, ILTW getting his BKB and maybe Miracle after Blink will
Dire
get another
are
BKB.
scanning.
Tide got his dagger. It's still just very calm with Smashers. I feel like having this timing right now that isn't really getting used. They got an Axe Blink, have yet to use it. Lina has her Yules, has yet to use it.
I mean, this is a situation. I know it's an off-lane act. This is like, if you knew this was going to happen, you probably would have just went straight for Manta, I assume, and not gotten the blink yet. But it is 17 minutes.
yeah.
They can't get that shard quite yet, so they are going to smoke, and we'll see if they can find a kill as a result of this. I think this is I feel like the first team smoke of the entire game here. But like we
I
talked
think
about,
Smashers are just frustrated. It feels like they're not able to push out the waves as much as they would like to make these smokes good. And at this
Dire's
point, they're
middle
going to do
tower
one
is
where
under
both their
attack.
bottom and top wave are kind of halfway across the map for the other team. So it's not like a very advantageous position. And now they're going to move in. They're going to place an Ops, which is uncovered. We do know there's a ward from
huge kill. Woodlink gets off the stun. Beautiful Laguna Blade. That is enough to delete ILTW. And the big thing about that is he was 200 gold away from finishing his BKB. So now he's 400. That is a big timing opening here for Hellbear Smashers. We'll see if they can take the tier 1 in addition here. But Mind Control is a bit. He is here with the Blink Ravage. They really want to go for this 45.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under
Looks
attack.
like the tower will fall, and Enigma is
Dire's
going to chill
middle
for
tower
now.
has fallen.
Let's wait for ILTW to come back up.
really
Didn't
nice
mention, Hoodwink did get the Ironwood Tree neutral, by the way. Maybe I'll say the second best hero to be able to get this behind Timbersaw. Although it's not as good a timber saw as it used to be. Basically,
Radiant's
just plant the
middle
tree and
tower
then
is
you can
under
bushwhack
attack.
first and then tree after.
Yeah,
It's like an
800
invisible
cap
stun.
range and it's pretty much instant placement. So
Kung
yeah,
may connected ano?
it is very good on Hoodwink. For sure.
Ayo.
It gives you
Sama ito ba?
basically, yeah, it basically
Sama
gives you in a
Pascal.
way
Partida.
half a spell.
Boleh.
Because you don't
Udah pernah
rely on
kali?
the travel time of 8.5 anymore, which is a big part of the
Malam ini
weakness
kah?
of that spell. Is that it's very,
Jam
it's
9
very
hari ini.
telegraphed and it does take some time to land. And it can be quelling, right? But if you throw the net and then place the tree as the net is landing, no hero can quelling blade that.
Ada Pascal
Yeah, I'm sure there's some people with reaction time, Synderen, or scripting, but of course nobody's going to be doing
Radiant
that in
are
this lobby,
scanning.
at the very least. These are TI level players, especially at the likes of Misery, second place. I don't know if you knew that, Synderen. Very good player back in the day.
Very good player.
Hoping for a resurgence from him in particular. It's cool to see him in the off lane though. Definitely not a position that, you know, back in the day he would play position 5 and 4 pretty much. That's it. And then recently, I'm not sure how recently. Maybe I have to talk to T-Gov about this since he's been in the know with him, but
He won a major as off lane.
oh, recently.
Oh, that's quite a while ago. That was in Shanghai in 20.
Yeah, this was he in, was it on Secret, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that was Leon. Or was that EE? Maybe all of EE on that team. EE.
Yuk, sebelah yuk.
Discord
Discord sebelah yuk.
Was it Puppy Pilot?
Yeah, I was gonna say Pilot Die probably.
Yeah, it was Pilot Die. I remember.
Secret had some crazy 5-man rosters, I have to say. All right, we have a mech picked up for Mr. GH.
Swift road to the temple's
did finish.
defense.
That BKB looks like Gil's gonna use it up and try to get to the other side, but it's gonna be found out pretty easily. That's gonna be a freebie for Enigma, and they're just gonna go into Roche. Question is, can
buyback on the
Hellbird
Hoodwink, and they have all spells except the Sharpshooter, so he's gonna buy back, and Enigma doing this specifically to force that buyback and immediately get the hell out of there. Very experienced. They know this is what they were trying to do.
Smoke too.
And smoke again.
Hoodwink, one of the few heroes.
Is very big.
Hoodwink, one of the few heroes that can actually scout into Roche, so actually a pretty important hero to have alive right now. Ace, we found out, gets the bounty, but will run. LTW just going to take the triangle for now. But you can see that other smashers are kind of spread a bit. Rasmus towards the top of the screen. They can close in and try to find a nice initiation.
As long as Nigma aren't killing Roche, I think this is fine from Hellbearers. You know, you're paying some respect to the enemy team. Smoke, movement, you know they're smoke because Gyro broke on the TL. And you just push out the waves, buy some time, and Nigma eventually are going to just back off. They didn't really accomplish much with their 2 smokes. They got 1 support kill from 2 smokes. Who, in fairness, did buy it back, but it wasn't that big of an expense. I think Hellbearers,
Dire's top tower
they're
is
doing
under
fine.
attack.
They're 2k gold up. It's not a monumental lead, but after they found that kill on Gyro as well as the mid tower, I feel like the game has been a good spot for them. Boranya will use a nice roll TP up. That's that relocate.
No stuns. He needs to get level 25 to get that precious stun.
I feel like, you know, I talk about this a lot. I feel like playing lineups without stuns is just hard. And it doesn't, like, I'm not gonna, you know, say that Nigma's draft makes no sense and why the hell don't they put stuns or whatever, but I think they might have had a different plan for their last pick. The DK ban obviously coming out, I think, was the hero they wanted. But that was clearly a good ban from the Smashers, but yeah, having only Ravage as a stun, you're just seeing situations where heroes can play the map differently on the enemy team, such as the Lina there. Like, if there's literally any stun there, that's just a dead Lina, but because Bora knows that that's not an option, he can push that extra wave that little bit further, or play that little more cocky in fights and get away with it.
Dire
I think
are scanning.
I think it's time for GH
Radiant's
to get
bottom tower
his
is
sharp.
under
We see
attack.
initiation top lane. Rasmus gets on control the nice sharpshooter into the Laguna Blade. Absolutely delete mind control. And looks like Hellbear Smashers will be able to get out just
Radiant's
fine.
bottom
Does get off the
tower
homing
is
missile,
under
but
attack.
really to no avail here as Rasmus showing off his newly minted Manta style, working on a shard for himself. So we talked about how, yeah, he is mega farm for sure. He just farmed his ILTW basically. That's not good news for this is going to be a Roche now.
For Hellbear, no tide, no buyback. They're actually just going to lose this. I don't see a way Enigma can contest this at all, so I don't think they're even going to bother. But maybe they are called out.
There. Hiroki's available with the egg. You can see the the Sunray coming out. There's actually possibly there's BKB as well. The homing missile coming. Lena's gonna get to the high ground. Tofu and Ace trying to traverse to the other side of the map as well. Miracle's gonna get caught out though. LSA's there into the right click. This looks like it's gonna be more than enough damage to take him out. And only cost him a wyvern. Roche extremely low right now as the egg does finally pop for Kuroki. A lot of low heroes on the side of Hellbear Smashers. I feel like they have enough time to go heal and go back to get Roche.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a good play from Nigma because they stop the Roche and they don't ravage. Illusion! So if they can hold the area until Miracle spawns, they might be able to grab the Roche themselves. I didn't think they were going to be able to or try to contest it. But I think the really key thing was Rasmus was tanking Roche and couldn't blink. So he wasn't able to connect on the net that Gilger found on the gyro when he walked in, and he just beat it.
Get it right now. This is the timing for Hellbear.
20 seconds. I like this a lot. Again, you're just forcing Nigma's hand. You know, there's no supernova. 20 seconds in the TA. Are they gonna buy back? Again.
Smoking. Yeah, they want to go around again.
Roshan has fallen into the dark.
There's the Ravage into the pit, but it looks like Ace is going to be able to get the Aegis in the end. But Roshan actually goes to Nigma, and they're going to lose everybody. Gyro's dead, Io's dead, Kuroki on the high ground now. Rasmus is limping away to get triple kill for Bora. Looks like Mind Control is next on the list. They only lose Rasmus. What a huge fight for Hellbear Smashers. Ultra kill. Mr. Bora, who I can't pronounce your name, but you're playing very well, young man. Good job.
Hello? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Hello, Nigma? Okay, doesn't this just feel like one of those moments where, okay, if you're gonna double down on that Roche, you're gonna buy back your TA when you go for the Ravage? And the reason is TA has Blink, so if she TPs on the outpost, I think she can connect in time. Instead, you're kind of like, I'm not gonna say they half-ass it, because it is a really big commitment to buy back the TA, but at the same time, I think if you believe in that fight, buying back the TA should probably get you the Aegis. And then that's, you know, if that's the outcome, that you pay a buyback to get that Aegis and the enemy team doesn't get it, that's pretty good, I would say. But going in as 4 there with the Ravage seems a bit optimistic under those circumstances.
I believe the
basically had
Ravage
2 4-man
killed...
fights on Roche in a row, right? Like, Nigma took 2 4v5s in a row there. The first one was without the TA, and the second one was... Or sorry, the first one was without Gyro, right? And the second...
Dire's bottom tower
First one was without
under
it.
attack.
First one was without someone, second one was without someone else, okay? I have the memory of the goldfish, but I think it was tied first and the second fight was without the TA, right?
Yeah,
Dire's structures are fortified.
I figured it out. It just took...
Radiant structures
Did you figure out that Ravage killed Roshan as well,
Dire's
Syndrome?
bottom
It's quite the
tower is
highlight.
under
And
attack.
very awkward
Radiant's
one-second
top tower
period
is under attack.
where the Aegis was on the ground.
Imagine Nigma don't get lucky. I mean, that's just pure luck, right? That the Ravage gets the kill. Then
Wait, how much does that matter? How much gold and XP is that even?
It's a
Radiant's
decent,
top
it's a decent
tower
chunk.
is under
I
attack.
think this would be about a 1k
Dire's
bigger
bottom
lead.
tower
Just,
is
I mean,
under
not
attack.
flat, but instead of 3k,
Dire's
let's say 4k right now, and there would be a little bit more
fortified.
experience. Like, in the grand scheme of things, the Aegis is more important than the kill, obviously, but, you know, Smashers were set to get both, so at the very least, maybe that's something there.
Radiant's
Keeps
top
coming in
tower
top, they're
is
very late on this.
Yeah, Aegis already at half HP. You need to be careful here. Tier 2's already dead. We loses some Rasmus coming in. Only missile to follow, but Mind Control with another Ravage. This time it's going to be basically just on the Luna who gets the Yules off, but the right clicks are going to be more than enough. Nope, it's going to get saved for now. The LSA's not going to connect though, and will shortly find her way to the grave. BKB pop from Miracle now as the chase is on. Still buyback available though for Bora. He wants to extend it here. Doppelganger's able to pick that homing missile. Tofu getting chased though in the meantime. Yeah, can't even get off the full embrace in time. So a 2 for nothing along with the tier 2 tower. Despite not having the Aegis,
Radiant's
Nigma
middle
are not
tower
scared to
is
fight.
under attack. Radiant's middle tower is falling.
Rasmus, you're calling into the hoodwink foot flack. 2 huge kills, double kill for Rasmus. The chop is there, and now the egg looks to be next, but it will get popped eventually. Doppelganger actually ends up dodging it a bit here as Ace. Like another bushwhack from Gil. Beautifully done from this hoodwink.
Radiant's middle tower
3
is
big
under
turnaround
attack.
kills
Dire
after
are
a
scanning.
horrible fight for Hellbear.
I don't know what happened in that top fight. Like, I still... I look at that fight and I just see Alina in the middle of everyone without BKB at 500. Pop BKB coming gets own use, but how the hell did she get in that position to begin with? You look at the way this Radiant lineup is structured, right? You have a very clear-cut initiation plan with either Hoodwink or Axe, and Lina's just supposed to be long-range artillery. So I don't know how she found herself in
Dire's
the midst
middle
of all
tower
of that.
is
Doesn't
under
even have
attack.
a dagger to get in with, so it couldn't have been that. But yeah, they get a couple of recovery kills on the run, so that definitely helps. There is BK8. Great of getting caught.
That is going to be for low at 6 seconds. And the call comes in with the Laguna Blade, so yet another kill for Hellbear.
Dire's
Man, I
middle
cannot say their
tower is
name.
under
I'm talking
attack.
fast.
Hairbell.
Slow down like every time I say Team Nick. Cut that strategy that I picked up over the years. It looks like this tier 2 tower. Hellbears, the Radiant team versus the
The wave
Dire.
didn't reach. The wave actually didn't reach to break that back door,
Oh,
so
yeah,
good
you're
job
right.
from Miracle on the trap control. Relocate bot, they're gonna push it up. Down here, buy themselves some time.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah,
tower
ILTW.
is
We
under
talked about.
attack.
I mean, the fact that he's not even top net worth is pretty crazy considering the amount of farm that he's able to get on this hero. But credit to Hellbears. They have definitely shown up here with that 4K net worth lead now.
It's not
Talked
even
about the
like that.
relocate push back. The sharpshooter, that's the break onto the Tide
Dire's
Hunter. No
top tower
follow-up though.
is under attack.
They're just posturing here as the Aegis is now expired. They talk about, but obviously, sharpshooter against Tide, if you're able to connect it at the full duration, that is a pretty long break. It is dispellable, but not having Kraken Shell means that you can just burst this hero. I mean, that's one of the biggest reasons you pick Tide Hunter, is you basically get a guaranteed Ravage no matter what, just because of that spell.
There's a couple of problems for Tide here, right? There's the Axe Call, which is undispellable, and then there's the Break, which he can dispel with Lotus, but then he needs to not be called at the same time. So there's like a very clear-cut plan for Smashers to actually just kill the Tide if they want, which is call into Hoodwink ult, and then just pile on him, and he's gonna die. And that's big, because the only saves... Nigma do have both the Sunray and the Tether Burst heal with mech, but as we've seen earlier in the game, the damage from Smashers has been enough. So the question is, when do you push yourself over that limit where you don't die in the burst? That's when Nigma's lineup gets a lot better. It's when they can reliably heal their cores with Sunray in these fights and they start getting longer. But so far so good for Smashers. When they do get the jumps, they convert it immediately into big kills. Bottom lane relocate. Nobody's still with Ragnarok, so this could have been really good.
Just gonna continue to do this. It's not quite an IO Tiny from back in the day,
Dire's
but it's
courier
the best
has been
alternative
killed.
these days, I suppose. Can't really take a full Rax, but I mean, he does have Agnum Scepter and will be getting Butterfly very shortly. So that is when he starts to do damage in fights. I mean, this is kind of like a farming build, right? He's doing damage in fights, but it takes on a whole new level once you get these Butterfly type items.
He still feels susceptible though, even with this. I still think he can die to a full-on combo from the Smasher, so I don't think you're safe as ILTW here. It helps you against the PL, of course, but like imagine you get Axe called with Hoodwink ult and Lina Burst. I don't know, man. I don't know if their heal is enough to keep him alive without having, say, Satanic or
Dire's top
Scotty
tower
for the
is
extra
under
help.
attack.
He gets caught outside of BKB. I think he's killable.
Miracle
Dire's structures
has
are
the Butterfly
fortified.
coming online very shortly
Dire's
as well.
top tower
His
is under
BKB is
attack.
still at 8 seconds, so hasn't been popping it nilly-willy like ILTW has. Of course, ILTW has been kind of in the thick of things.
Dire's
As
top
Ace
tower
on the
has
PL
fallen.
has the Heart S and Y combo along with the diffuse. ILTW leading the charge now. Action onto Razet. Can you get the
Double damage.
he gets stunned, so Lotus applied as well. Bora's not really scared of anything. He's in the backline. Miracle rampage to Razet. Enough to take him out. Golden Raid's not there in time. Now the chase is onto Toku. He's going to get off his ult for the time being, but the chase is on. Looks like Michael might be lined up in the region to be able to get out, but ILTW is in a lot of trouble right now. Getting surrounded by his teammates, so the egg for separation as well. It looks like Gil might fall on the backside. Ace needs to create a little space thanks to this egg. ILTW finally gets that last right click, so a 2 for nothing after all of that. Still a lot of damage on the ILTW, but no kills for Hellbears Smashers.
Really good play from Miracle in that fight. I don't think it's an obvious play that he can go and kill the Axe there, but he does pull it off just barely, and with Axe out of the picture, it's just easy.
Dire's bottom tower is under
You gotta
attack.
think Smash as well. Like Tofu, he has to be there for that cold embrace. He has Blink Dagger on the Wyvern. It needs to save Axe from the TA in time, and who knows if they could have turned that around. But a big play from Nigma. They get 2 kills. On the act, just still a decent chunk of net worth that we've managed to claw into, and Roshan has just spawned and they have a trap there. That's the bigger prize. Will number 2. If Nigma deliver this site or take most of the respawn, they get rewarded in a big way.
Roshan has fallen to the down.
Yes, no, maybe? Yes.
Yeah, so we looked at a stat privately, right, between you and me, on the win rate of second Roche, just not in pro games, but all around games. It's like 80+%, which I guess shouldn't be that big of a surprise, because second Roche, and just in general, probably has a high win rate throughout history. But this one in particular just has an actual sense, for sure.
Giving charge to TA, we'll give the silence on Psionic Trap. So
waiting for that Ags.
It's a really big problem for Wyvern, actually. So if Wyvern is ever caught on a trap, he's just get silenced, or you kill someone else while Wyvern is silenced. It just gives this added layer of utility to Miracle to be really confident in finding key picks.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Speaking of confidence, he's straight down to mid tier 2, pushing this really quickly with those very interesting shots, looking like something out of Star Trek.
Dire's bottom tower.
Star Trek? I was thinking more Wizard of Oz. It's more of a rainbow effect, if I do say so myself. Scotty now picked up by Ace, who's in the enemy jungle right now, but like you can see, Nigma are just taking all the outer towers. They've taken everything but the two bots.
Can't keep me grounded!
Alright, Nigma were not aware of that combo, apparently. Everybody has to pop a BKB and just retreat, but the Wyvern curve. A little bit of damage done from TA as well. Born Ninja gets up the LSA as well. Oh, they'll relocate onto the other side of the cliff. I thought he went back to base, but it's actually a little baby one yet again, so look to re-initiate potentially here. I was going to be holding BKB and the Aegis. Like Hellbears are going to be very happy with this exchange.
Call down for what? Sorry, it's a reference to a song that you don't like because it's a good song. So
I actually laughed because I knew I wouldn't understand it, but I knew what it was generally from. You and I are just on the same page, even when it doesn't make any sense. Do you not like Lil Jon, Suns fan? I don't know who
Say yeah, then you're saving yourself right now.
Wait, does he have blonde hair?
Oh, okay.
Color blonde?
Let's move on with the game.
Okay.
That was about as wrong as it
There's a reason. Okay, I'm not going to get into it, but maybe it was Lil Wayne I saw recently. I get the Littles all mixed up. I'm not going to lie, because I don't really keep track of
yeah, there's a music from kids. That's actually easy to mix up.
That's true.
Who started that?
MKB.
Anyway?
I don't know.
Why are you called Lil something?
Double damage.
That's a great question for a Dota 2 cast. We got Lena. Little Lena as the MKB able to get through the butterflies from both ILTW and Miracle, so that's a very good pickup. Is that something you ever go for, PL? I know it's not an item you want to, but are you forced to at some point, or are you just gonna, like, you're just gonna rely on the illusions? Yeah.
Against double butter, I don't know, so I would say, so PL is my worst win rate hero with over 25 wins. I'm probably the wrong person to ask.
Great, you're the analyst, so I'd be the only person.
The thing is, honestly, when I see PLs play, like you said, they don't want to buy it. I can't tell you what the breaking point is for when you have it. That's the thing, right? Like, I think in this game there's a lot of value because you're playing against double butterfly, but even he is queuing it now. So I think if it was one butterfly, he wouldn't do it.
You talked long enough for him to choose his next item and farm halfway to it. You are a god. Incredible.
He just farms really fast. I didn't talk that.
Yeah, so, that's definitely the case.
So let's say only one of the enemy cores went butter, right? Like the TA or the gyro, but not both. I think it's probably not a good enough value proposition against getting another item. But in this game, you might feel like it's necessary. But it really does say something. These two butters have been in for quite a while.
Force the fork at the bottom lane, so looks like this is a very even game right now. I'm not just saying that because it's only a 1K net worth lead for Hellbears, but I mean, we talked about late game, we do favor Nigma, but have to say the Gyrocopter, he is super farm, but he has been getting deleted repeatedly. Does have Satanic now. He has extra tankiness later.
That's a big item.
Obviously synergizes with his Ag, since even when he's stunned, he will be attacking, getting some lifesteal off of it.
More fuel for my fire.
I wonder when Wonder when we're gonna see some more
Radiant are
discs come out as
scanning.
well. We have one on Gilger so far, but it feels like a very, very strong item in this game against the Hoodwink combo. Yeah. Or Enigma. They're just... I gotta say, man, this is actually feels great. The call to set up your sharpshooter, the fact that you break the people that you call, which just makes Axis team able to pile on way, way easier against a lot of heroes. The lane itself is pretty strong. There's a lot of damage in it. I like it.
One thing we didn't mention,
Dire's bottom tower
but Ace,
is
he
under
got this a
attack.
while ago, was the Shard, which is the Spirit Lance bounces. Yep. And we talked about this at the major, where some people were not going for this at all.
Dire's
Which we
middle
saw
tower
into
is
the
under
LSA,
attack.
mind control. He's deleted as well. He does have buyback
Held
though,
your
85
food to the
seconds.
fire.
Dire's
Wanna use
bottom
it?
tower has fallen.
Almost certainly will have to though. As you can see, Lena just pounding on the Ranger Axe. The
Dire's
Hellbear
bottom
Smashers are the
barracks
first
has fallen.
to get a Rax of any kind. And it's going to be a full sweep in the
Dire's
bot lane.
bottom barracks
Miracle jumps in,
has
but I don't think he actually wants to do anything further here. As the Flicker, that's going to be pretty annoying to deal with. Set of Rax for Hellbears. Still with buyback here, so... And of course, no fort. Nullifier now.
Buyback out of
Miracle. Okay. Oh, Plasmus jumps into the Yules. The buyback is there. Now the run-in from Enigma. Can they catch up to anybody is the question. Ace has a homing missile flyback and obviously just doppelganger away.
Radiant's
If you consider
turret
that this
has
would be
been
Ravage
killed.
potentially, but no. We'll be able to get it off in time. It looks like the retreat will be successful, and there's even a double damage rune for the
Who
Lena.
turned up the heat?
If Smasher didn't stack that duel plus call, who knows what would have happened to the TA. He does have the 25 talent, so he has a lot of refraction charges. But if PL connects with a lot of illusions, those are removed very quickly. And they could find themselves another big kill. But at the very least, they got the Tide buyback regardless, and they disengaged. Again, it's just this... It's this thing about Nigma's lineup that when Tide isn't there, there's so much freedom for Smashers to do whatever they want. They just get out of there, right? Like, nothing's gonna stop them. Gonna start poking here with the PL. Not. And they're gonna miracle this triangle area now. They're just gonna hold the high ground. There's no threat of a road for a while. Early respawn is in a minute. And this bottom wave will push in. So I reckon as soon as Enigma hero shows bottom, we might see a smoke from Smashers across to the top. Enigma are not going to give them that piece of information. They're actually making the move, going for a big play here.
Dire's middle tower is under
Rise
attack.
showing.
Wrap around here. ILPW, he's going to be spotted. The homing missile is already there. Boron Ninja has to be careful because his Yules can now be dispelled thanks to the nullifier. The Aeon Disc as well for... Look at that head. Somebody. Ace. Balldown is there. Microphone gets off the Rabbit. He's going to connect on a couple of heroes. Into the egg as well. That's the Sunray egg, and Boron Ninja is in a lot of trouble. Gonna get off the Yules for now, but you have to think that he will be the sacrifice at the very least. Gets the Laguna Blade off, but only damage in the end. Now Microphone jumps in again. Gonna pop the Aeon Disc. Looks like they want to fight. The Lena's gonna buy back in the game. The pressure applies to TA, but sent back to base thanks to the beautiful relocate from GH. But a Choppity Chop was enough, and ILPW, as a result of Io not being there anymore, has no save for himself. Kuroki with the dive. Will he? Oh, it's gonna be close. Ace just gets another
Miracle. Yes, better.
GH. Yeah.
Timing.
Miracle. The call is there into the bushwhack. Down he goes. Wow. One buyback from Bora and
That was
four
a frame
dead.
perfectly.
Dire's top tower is
That
under
was a frame
attack.
perfectly coming out of that Yules. That was super good. I think so. I believe Miracle did have refraction running, so he can blink
Dire's
out of
middle tower
the
is under
Yules
attack.
land. But the stun was just perfect. Didn't get to turn and
Dire's
blink at
middle
all.
tower has fallen.
This should be the game.
Yeah, they can just go.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Really got their feet off the
Dire's
ground
middle
too much in
barracks
terms of
has
fighting.
fallen.
They had to find moves.
And the damage applied against ILPW is just more than enough. GH cannot save his brother this time around. And he's going to be the death as well. So this will be game one for Hellbear
Radiant
Smasher.
victory.
Very pretty big upset. Again, this is the number 1 seed versus the number 8 seed of the upper bracket. So regardless of which team loses in this best of 3, they will have another life. But very good showing from Hellbears, I have to say.
Yeah, for sure. I think they had a... I really like the flavor of the strategy with... You know, I was like, should they have picked the PL against the Ursa? Like, what are you doing? With... this hero versus the Ursa as a counter to the enemy team. We obviously don't know if they would have pulled it off as well with Ursa, but he made PL look very, very good in this game simply by virtue of not really being threatened by anything else than Ravage, right? He's getting his items, he's finding his farm, and in these fights he's just constantly poking and prodding, finding good targets, being a nuisance, and setting up his